Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and this video may be a little redundant by now, but I'm still going to make it anyway. So as you can see by the title, this is my sort of anticipated albums for 2013, and certainly albums that I hope to review and hope that are released throughout the course of the year. So we're going to start with some albums that have already been released this year, and then go on to ones that are, rumoured and not sure. So we'll start with one of the first releases of the year that I'm definitely going to be reviewing, Steve Lukather's latest album, which I honestly can't remember the name of. Oh, Transition. It's called Transition, that's it. Steve Lukather's Transition. I've been listening to the singles from it and really impressed so far. Definitely going to be doing a full review of that. A super group that I've been quite excited for called Snake Charmer. As you can hear by the name, they are to do with Whitesnake, and they consist of Mick Moody, the former Whitesnake guitarist, Neil Murray, I think a former keyboardist, and Howie James, who's, of course, is the Magnum drummer, and love Magnum, and the Thunder drummer, and I think Laurie Risefield from Wishbone Ash, and Adam Wakeman, who is it Rick Wakeman's son? I'm pretty sure it's his son, but also played keyboard for Ozzy Osbourne, and yeah. Halloween Straight Out of Hell, well, I've put a review up of that. That was my last video, so check that out if you haven't already. This is an interesting one. On January 29th, so only a couple of days ago, this was Something Unto Nothing's, or Sun's, latest album. And by what I've heard, it seems quite decent. It's just a small sort of, it's quite a small rock band that I'd heard about through, I don't know, it's like the current Whitesnake drummers band. And even though I hate the current Whitesnake lineup, I thought I'd check it out for the sake of it. It seems quite decent. Probably be reviewing that. Now this is quite an interesting one. This comes out on February the 5th, and this is Red's Release the Panic. And Red, they are a Christian rock group, which is certainly not usually the type of stuff I listen to, considering I, detest and loathe religion in all its forms. But, in my opinion, good music is good music, at the end of the day. And I think Red, they make some catchy choruses, and I think they're decent alternative rock bands. I enjoyed their last album, so definitely going to be checking out Release the Panic. Probably doing a review of that. One of my most anticipated albums next for certainly this first quarter of the year has to be Coheed and Cambria's The Afterman Dissension. And I haven't talked about Coheed and Cambria much on this channel, simply because it's only this month I've got into them. But I absolutely love them. I'll be talking more about them on my CDs I bought recently for January. But absolutely adore the band, loved Ascension. So definitely going to be reviewing Ascension and Descension. Actually, I'm going to be reviewing Ascension first. An album I'm thinking of checking out, Bullet for My Valentine, Temper Temper, on Feb 12th. I do have a Bullet for My Valentine album. I think it's called Poison. Yeah, Poison. And it was alright, but I thought, I might give it a review, And this is another interesting one. On February 25th, Steven Wilson, the Raven that refused to sing another stories. Now, I can't say I know much of Porcupine Tree, and I hated Storm Corrosion last year, but I'm going to give Steven Wilson's solo stuff a chance, see what I think of it. I don't have much to say on it. Another of my most anticipated albums next for this quarter, Saxon's Sacrifice, coming out on February 25th. I bloody love Saxon. Such a good band. Unfortunately, I still haven't had Call to Arms, weirdly, from 2011, I think. Don't know why, just still haven't. Sacrifice, really excited for that album. Can't wait to listen and review that. And getting to March, we have on March the 5th, Jimi Hendrix's People, Hell and Angels, one of his many, many posthumous albums. And why am I going to listen to this? I don't know, really. I mean, I love Hendrix, don't get me wrong. The proper Hendrix, but this is just like a compilation of stuff he left behind, and I haven't not heard any of his, posthumous releases, so it'll be something interesting, I suppose. Now, probably my most anticipated album of this course, I'd say definitely, in fact, has to be March the 11th, of course, David Bowie, The Next Day. I mean, it's a new Bowie album, it's the first for, nearly 10 years? about 10 years in fact. And yeah, I'm excited as hell for it. I love Where Are We Now. It's my favourite track of the year so far. And yeah, can't wait for that album. I'll be reviewing that, yeah, as soon as it comes out. Now, this is quite interesting. Well, not that, but March 26th, couple albums come out. Bon Jovi's What About Now, and I was just listening to, they've released a new single, Because We Can, and I'm thinking of doing a track review for it, but I'll give you a little summary, which is, I was a bit unimpressed, to be honest. I thought it was alright. It seems to be getting quite a decent reception from the fans, but I don't know, it seemed nothing special to me, nothing particularly good. I was not that impressed by Because We Can, but I'll still be checking out the album. Now, the other one on March 26th, I'm thinking of checking out Sevendust, Black Out of the Sun. Just heard the band, heard they're meant to be alright. You know, might give it a listen. April 9th. Yeah. Paramore's Paramore. They're releasing a self-titled album. Why am I going to review this? Good question. Good question. I can't answer that myself. I just felt like reviewing it, to be honest. Because most of the stuff I review on this channel tends to be stuff I enjoy, and sometimes it can be fun once in a while to maybe review something I don't, but, you know, I'm going to go into this with an open mind, definitely. Can't say I enjoyed the single Now that much, really. I didn't. You know, I like the song Misery Business, I like Stuff from that album. What Riot is it? But, can't say I'm a big Paramore fan. Then on April 26th, we have Deep Purple's, I don't know if they've announced the name yet, they may have done, but I haven't heard it. Yeah, new Deep Purple album, again, probably check it out, to be honest. Yeah, especially as I love the guitarist, who's of course in Flying Colours, and now I just blanked the name off, but yeah. So, some stuff, a couple of things that have been confirmed to be released this year. Black Sabbath's new album, of course, most likely going to be titled 13, and that's rumoured to come out in about, I think it's like May, June. Very, very excited for that. Probably my most anticipated album of the year so far. Or just of the year that, you know, certainly been announced. And then also Black Star Riders, aka Thin Lizzy, that's been confirmed for a May release. Definitely going to be checking that out. Yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear that. So now here I'm going to talk about some stuff that's just been rumoured for release this year. So I've had AC/DC, maybe rumours, it's their 40th anniversary, and who knows. Adrenaline Mob, they're releasing a covers EP, that's just because Portnoy said so on his forum. I have no other info about that. I'll give that a review, but a covers EP, no. Alter Bridge, according to Mark Tremonti, they're said to be writing this year. Maybe it could drop this year, I don't know. Asia are releasing an album, Valkyrie, with no Steve Howe. I'm not even going to talk about that. Avenged Sevenfold, I'm not a big fan of them, but I do quite enjoy, I can't even remember what the album's called now. I enjoyed aspects from the Welcome to My Nightmare one, the one with Portnoy on, and their most famous one, I think, the one with like Beast and Harlot on it or something. I did quite enjoy that, so I'd definitely give that a go. Black Label Society, this is just quite honestly me saying I think it feels like the time for a new Black Label Society album. Black Stone Cherry, according to the drummer, mid-2013 there's meant to be a new album. They were my album of the year with Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea in 2011, so it'd be interesting to see if they can keep the crown. Dream Theater is said to be writing this year. God, I hope they are. God, I hope they are. That would be good. Fish, he has extensively talked about that there's going to be an album probably the first half of the year, but, you know, he's doing some more research to write it and taking his time on it, so who knows. But there's going to be a tour as well in about April. Flying Colours have pretty much confirmed they're releasing an album, and it seems it's going to be a live album, to be honest. I wouldn't get my hopes up for a studio album, but a live album, yeah, I hope it's the London one, that'd be good. Iced Earth, apparently they'll be releasing a new album early 2013. Judas Priest had rumours that they might be, I honestly don't know. Megadeth, Mustaine has said they should be ready for 2013, however interestingly they have no label yet, don't know if that will affect things. Metallica, they're said to have started focusing on their new album since September, so it could be interesting, those two bands going head to head this year. I did enjoy Metallica's last output of Death Magnetic, actually. And Motorhead, Lemmy said they'll be going to the studio, well, this month. They should have started in the studio, so that would be cool. My Chemical Romance, will they be releasing that Conventional Weapons EP, whatever crap? And they might release an album this year, I've heard, like, because that was old songs. I don't know. Opeth, heard rumours they might be. Don't know. Portnoy, Sheehan and Kotzen. I don't know who Sheehan and Kotzen are. Apparently Portnoy's latest supergroup, because he can't seem to stay in one band. And they recorded this last year, so yeah, that should be coming out this year. Tool, a lot of rumours about this. In fact, it's pretty much been confirmed they're recording. But I was reading on Classic Rock News that, I don't know, one of them broke their, like, hip or something. Well, not a hip, or like collarbone or something. And that's going to delay recording for a bit. So it may come out, I don't know, maybe latter half of this year. Trivium, apparently, are due to start recording in Feb, and that's pretty much all I have to say about my most anticipated albums of 2013, or certainly albums that, you know, bands that interest me, even just remotely, to be honest. Some of them, you know, they're not bands I typically would listen to, but I just think this year my goal is to, definitely to focus on listening to a lot of the music released this year, and just see what's out there. You never know, you know, could discover some fantastic new bands. As last year, I certainly think my focus was definitely on the old. Yes. Anyway, it's been the Album Man. Thank you for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and as usual, long live rock and roll.